Hey guys, Daniel here. This is another video, and in this video, I'll actually be reviewing a super amazing comic called Time Before Time. I'm sure some of you have actually heard of this comic. It's fantastic. I believe it hasn't come out yet. It doesn't come out till May the 12th, I believe. But of course, you know yourself, like when you're a VIP like me, you tend to get these things early access. Of course, I'm kidding around. I was very lucky enough to receive early access, and I absolutely loved it. It's a fantastic book, and so many different things I want to discuss. Uh, I actually read this digitally, so I don't have the physical copy. Although I did order the physical copy from one of my local comic book shops, so that should arrive soon enough. But I suppose just for now, pictures will be popping up throughout the video, courtesy of my friend Luke. For those of you who don't know, I've probably mentioned Luke before. He edits all my videos. He's basically my manager. He owns my channel. I live in constant fear of him. He can crush me if he wants to. So Luke, please don't crush me, I suppose. But yeah, like I said, Time Before Time, it's a really brilliant comic. It's published by Image Comics, and it's worked on by some brilliant people, and it's a very smart story. It's a time travel tale. But yeah, like I said, I'm sure you've heard a bit, but without further ado, let me just go right into the video. As I'm sure you can see, I'm so professional. I actually have all the things I want to talk about on a sheet here. It's just so you can see some of my peak professionalism. So like I said, try not to be amazed, but I will try and kind of cut it up into little parts and just talk about the things that I like. And yeah, so without further ado, let me get into it. So the book is worked on by a few talented people. Just to name a few, it's worked on by Declan Shalvey, Rory McConville, Joe Palmer, Sasha E. Head, Chris O'Halloran, Hassan Osman Elo, Heather Antos. Yeah, and it's a really great comic. Like I said, time travel tale, and it does play with time travel a lot in some really smart ways, which I didn't think they could pull off. But of course, I ended up eating my words because they could definitely pull it off. But there were so many different things I liked about the comic. But you know, before I start discussing what I like, let me just get into the actual story points. So this book is set in the year 2140, which is probably another couple billion years from that. No, of course, I'm kidding around. Probably another. I'll be dead by then, so it's not my problem how it ends out. But yeah, no. So it's set in 2140, and imagine kind of a crappy future where nothing is really great and everything just sucks butt cheek. That's basically this. You know, it's just it's kind of like a futuristic Blade Runner 2000 AD world in a sense. But you know, there's nothing really to do. People are just getting on with their lives, living what kind of little life they do have, and they're just trying to get by. And then we're also introduced to kind of this criminal crime organization called the Syndicate. Now that's a bad guy name. You know, if someone's called a Syndicate, odds are they're not very nice people. So yeah, they're called a Syndicate, and basically uh, people pay them to travel back in time to certain points, which is honestly probably not really it's not a bad idea, I'm sure. Although I don't think it'd work as well, especially nowadays, because not many people would want to travel back in time, because of course everyone knows 2020 was like the greatest year. 2021 is of course following it up, and everything's just happy and perfect. That's common knowledge. But that's just some more of my brilliant humor there, because believe it or not everything is perfect. But yeah, of course, like I said, it's an incredibly smart book because it deals, and it's just not very cliched. Luckily there wasn't. They didn't mention. They didn't actually go back in time to kill baby Hitler, which was cool. Because that's something you have to do if you're a time traveler. Pretty sure that's like a rite of passage. Like, you're not a time traveler until you go back in time and try to kill baby Hitler. Of course, we never succeed. But yeah, so of course, I mean, and I think that kind of took away from the book for me, because that's what you need. You need baby Hitler in it, because that's a big part, and that's what kind of gives you stars. So I'm going to give this book a big thumbs down. But yeah, that concludes my review. Of course, I'm kidding around. Despite the fact that there's no baby Hitler, I would have to move on. No, like I said, it's a really brilliant book. But the main characters are Tatsuo and Oscar. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing Tatsuo right, but basically Tatsuo, they both work for this criminal organization, and they basically help people smuggle back in time. And one day Tatsuo says, "Here, you know yourself. I have this idea. You know what we should do? We should go. We should go. Just go back in time." And then Oscar was like, "Yeah, right, yeah, why not? For the crap, like." And then your man says, "Yeah, right, let's do that. No bother, son." So anyway, they go down for the local point, and they're like, "You know what we should do? Yeah, let's do it." And basically, I worded it far better than they did in the book. Declan and Rory kept on coming to me, asking them to write it for them. I had to turn them away because, it's not really in my wheelhouse. So, of course, I had to carry on and put out this subpar book. Of course, I'm only kidding around. But yeah, so like I said, let me just talk about the people who work in it. So, yeah, so they try to escape, havoc ensues. I won't talk too much more about the plot, because if I spoil it, Declan Shelby's outside with a sniper rifle. Oh my god, he actually is. This book, if you see a red dot appear on any point, and I believe that Rory McConville is waiting to drop down from my chimney. I kept on hearing squeaking earlier in case I messed up. And I could make more jokes. Joe Palmer's about to drop down from the ceiling and slap me if I spoil it. And yeah, you know, I could just say why everyone plans to kill me, but we'd be here all day if I talked about people that wanted to kill me. Yeah, but of course, let me just talk about what I liked, especially Declan Shalvey and Rory McConville are two Irish lads, and they both actually co-wrote it, which is fantastic, because I can only imagine what it's like to co-write a comic. I can imagine that's a challenge within itself, absolutely. But like they just put it off perfectly, and I think you can tell that everyone who worked on it put their heart into this, and I think that does come true, because like I said, it's a genius comic, and they kind of put things in that they end up coming back to, which I thought was very cool. But like I said, there's so many different things, and it all just gels. I'm not sure like who had a hand in choosing the creative team for this, but whoever did, they definitely did a great job. And yeah, like I said, so Declan Shalvey, Jordan McConville, writer, they did a brilliant job, because you know they both have their strengths, and when you can see the two strengths combined, you know it makes this big abomination of greatness, if that makes sense. And Joe Palmer on art, god damn, Joe Palmer is brilliant. Some pages should be popping up throughout, and just different covers, like I mentioned. But everything just works so well, and like his art works well for this kind of futuristic world. And I can imagine it's a big pain in the bum. You know, this is a family friendly channel. They mind out gutter. What do you think I was gonna say? Yeah, I'm looking at you. What do you think I was gonna say? God damn, get some respect, man. Anyway, like I was saying, I can imagine it's such a pain to draw these futuristic buildings, because I mean most artists hate drawing buildings as it is, so a futuristic building would probably be 10 times as hard. But you know, Joe Palmer art works so well. It's something the way he draws people. I mean, it works so well. And like some characters in a book are kind of more. They're all different. Some more slender. Some kind of. And there's one character who you know you feel a bit off about, and that's only because of Joe's art. That he really does come true, and I think he does a great job. I haven't seen the script, but I'm sure he put that down on the page brilliantly. And it's some about his pages that work so well with Chris O'Halloran's colours, because Chris O'Halloran, he's done a few things. He's Irish as well. I think a few people are Irish that work in this. But no, like his colours work so well, because I think they're kind of like just I can't really describe it. You know, if you're watching a film and you say, oh, this feels very Star Warsy, or you're watching this feels very much like Die Hard or something. I'm just throwing out examples. This book feels time before time, because it's its own thing, it's fresh and it's innovative, and it really does play with that. That's why getting Chris O'Halloran works so well with Joe Palmer. And I think it's weird, like I wouldn't be able to look at the art black and white, because I can't imagine what it would be like, because the colour is such an integral part of this tale. And of course Hassan Otsmane Elau, I don't think I've actually gotten better at pronouncing his name. I've talked about his books like a million times on the channel. He's done a couple billion comics, I suppose would be fair to say, but he's great. His letters work so well on this, and I think letters it's one of the hardest things to do in comics, you know, and it's severely underappreciated. I have just the utmost respect for letterists. They're kind of a linchpin to this. But he did a brilliant job. I got to meet him at the launch of Killer Groove, I believe, and Declan Shalvey was there as well. I could see them in the back plotting something. They were like, you know, doing that. So you know, now I know what it's about. My detective skills deduce that, and of course the editor is Heather Antos. She's done a few things. She's on Bog Bodies as well. I believe she worked for a few big companies. And the designer was Sasha E. Head. I believe she did kind of the logo. And the logo was brilliant. I loved the logo. I think that was one of the first things released. And that was kind of what got me going. I think they're getting the colour palette for this is black and yellow. Black and yellow. Yeah, no, it's black and yellow. And I think that works so well for the book, because it feels... And you can see that so much, and it comes through, especially with the colours. Like I said, Chris O'Halloran does a brilliant job on that. But you can really see it come true, which I think works so well. And that's why, like I said, it's synergy. It's, you know, everyone on this book works so well, and that's what I like so much. And like I said, it's so smart, and they don't use time travel just as a plot device. They actually use time travel for time travel purposes. You know, you can see in films where they're like, oh, you know, we'll do a bit of the old time traveling, but they only use it because they want to go back in time and fight dinosaurs or something like that, you know? Like, they only want to do something else. Like, how do we do this? Oh, we'll use the time machine. But the time travel is actually kind of an integral part, and it plays a lot in it, which is a great way to actually use time travel, and it's a great take on it. And it's probably one of the best takes on time travels my fat head has ever seen. So I'm definitely a huge fan of that. I can't wait to see issue 2. I believe that comes out sometime next month. So yeah, luckily as I'm sure you can imagine, having a YouTube channel where I talk about comics, I'm almost drowning in friends. So I'll kind of have to take a little bit of time, like, here, I know there's a couple hundred of you, and yeah, but listen. I have to go back and read some Time Before Time, so, I have to take a break. And unfortunately, I'm sure they'll understand, they'll have to make a sacrifice. As I'm sure some of you may have caught on, I'm very sarcastic. But I actually got to interview Declan Shelby, and this was kind of weird Declan Shelby week because some of his another Hulk Flatline, which is a story he wrote, came, and I haven't read it yet. It's over there on my shelf of comics, but I've yet to read it. But I always thought that I had that, but it just never came. I was like, oh wait, I didn't even order it, and so yeah, I'm only a couple of months late, but sure, look, I'll review it anyway, yourself. So I'm going to be talking about that maybe in a few weeks' time. So I'm already a couple of years late, so why not just leave it another year. But yeah, no, of course, I got to interview him. You can check that out recently on my channel. But yeah, Roy McConville, he is co-writer on this. I love his work in 2000 AD, and one of his strengths is he can add to an already built world, and that's what really comes through here. The world feels built. You can kind of sense it, and it feels large, which I really did enjoy because I think that's such a fun idea. And we're also introduced to a new character at the end. I'm not sure. Well, I mean, it's not really a spoiler. She appears in a few covers. Her name is Nadia. I won't say her second name because I'm not sure if that's been revealed. But Nadia does appear. I won't talk about how she appears. I'm only guessing I will appear. I will talk about how she appears. They go back in time to kill Baby Hitler, and then they open it, and then Baby Hitler takes off his mask, and turns out it's Nadia, which is like, damn, I can't believe I didn't come up with that. But of course, some people are just naturally gifted, such as myself, and then there are other people like Declan Shalvey and all these other people working on book who are up and comers who I really do respect. Hopefully someday they can reach my level of stardom. You just have to keep chipping. Maybe one day. All these people have only gotten to work on a few stories, but keep working. And I remember when I was just a young person like that, inspiring. How good times. And we like I said, everyone working this book did such a great job, and I love it so much. I can't wait to see how it progresses because, I think it works for everything. When there's two co-writers, I'm sure it can be a bit bumpy at start, if that makes sense. You're trying to find the ground, you're trying to find your footing, and that's the same in interviews. I think whenever I do interviews, I think you have to wait till the first kind of half an hour, 20 minutes before you've reached the groove, because you're trying to find your footing and see if they'll laugh at a stupid joke you make, or if they're more serious or something like that, if that makes sense. I remember when I interviewed Declan, he had me introduce him as the greatest person in the whole entire world, in the history of ever, to ever exist in the ever. Which was, I mean, sure, look, to each their own. And then he also made me roll out a red carpet, which was weird because I had to go cut up some red paper and say it was carpet. I don't know, that was a weird time, I'll be honest with you. I'm kidding around. Yeah, but of course, I can't wait to see how this book can. I'd love to interview some of the people who worked on Time Before Time. And you're probably wondering why I'm saying it's so great. Like I said, Declan Shalvey, he has a sniper somewhere. I still haven't pinpointed his location. He's a crafty fella. I think he's hiding behind one of the trees. But yeah, no, it's a really great story and it's fun. And I think that's why it doesn't bog itself down. It's not like Christopher Nolan, and that's not me digging at Christopher Nolan, because Christopher Nolan is one of the greatest directors of all time. I'm a huge fan of his work, but it doesn't go into this big sciencey explanation about how it works, and it's not I don't think it takes itself too seriously is what you need, which is what works so well. I think that probably comes from things like 2000 AD. I think that's where Rory's strength comes through, because 2000 AD is a story with walking zombies called Zombo, who says, "May I eat you, please?" Who's the greatest 2000 AD character. And then there's all these different stories and different characters, and it doesn't, like I said, doesn't take itself too seriously. It's what you need on a comic like this, which is why I like it so much. And the characters are naturally likable, if that makes sense. And I've never really saw a character like Tatsuo, which I think is brilliant because, I think he's Asian American or something like that, which is brilliant because that's what you need, representation and all that stuff, to each your own, And I think that works great. And then Oscar is, of course, a brilliant character. And, in one issue, they packed in a lot, which is brilliant. And, like I said, it feels like you're going from strength to strength to strength, and you're just moving, progressing to each moment. But I think there's 30 pages of Baby Hitler, which was, it's a bit too much baby. I have to stop talking about Baby Hitler. I don't know how this happened. I think my family are staging an intervention. You would be surprised how much Baby Hitler comes up in real life. Not too much, believe it or not. But yeah, no, like I said, the world feels built. We're just getting dropped into it, and we can kind of see how it progresses. And if you're looking for something just fun to read in quarantine, then I'd highly recommend it. Or you're just looking for something fun to read I feel like this has the potential to be something great, provided Declan doesn't mess it up somehow, which he probably will. As you can see, that's just some of more my kindness. And but of course, kidding around. Like I said, Joe's art fantastic. Sasha E. Head logo design brilliant, and everyone else, Chris Halloran, Hassan Osman, Ella Headorantos. I know I mentioned, like, I tried to credit everyone like a million times, and it's come up, but I'm far too stubborn to stop, so I'm just gonna do it until I die. I'm kidding around. But yeah, no, this is highly brilliant. I would highly recommend you pick it up. I actually didn't make too many time travel jokes. Now that's a big spoof. I was just talking about Baby Hitler 5 minutes ago. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what I'm doing with this, with my life, with my review. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, brilliant comic. Highly recommend it. Make sure to go pick it up from your local comic book shop. But yeah, no, I absolutely love this. And like I said, thank you all so much for watching. Please make sure to go pick it up. I'm not sure if I can say anything else that hasn't been said. There are some things I'd like to go into. There's a few twists that happen that are genius because it does play with time travel. And like I said, it does not use time travel as a plot device, which is what you need, which is what you want. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. And as always, please make sure to like and subscribe. I will see you all in the next video. Stay safe. And like I said, make sure to go check out some of my interviews. Maybe I'll have some time before time themed interviews in the upcoming future. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you all in the next video. Stay safe. Go check out everyone who worked on this and pick up Time Before Time from your local comic book shop. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you all in the next video. Stay safe, everyone. Bye.